Welcome back, or welcome for the first time, whichever it happens to be. I want to say thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out, help out the algorithm. But I wanted to tell you before we get into the show, my name is Jaylen Kale. Linktree.com/JAK Productions. That'll take you to my music on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube, and it'll also take you to my social medias and the Feeling Generous tab. All the proceeds will go to the production value of the podcast and my music. But feel free to check it out. I'm sure I'll have a little thing going right there. It's in the description as well. But appreciate you.
Name's Theo. I make films. You can watch those films at Glasshouse Productions 8 on YouTube, and then you can contact me at Glasshouse Productions 8 on Instagram if you would like to help in any form or way. Behind the scenes acting, anything like that. And all my other links will be in the description in my link tree. That's about it. Know what you need to start doing?
All right, it's
Just
recording.
plugging your bad boy in
Uh-huh.
every night.
That would be too easy. And eventually I'd have to plug the computer in. But anyways, welcome back to the Two Tone Podcast, episode number 47. I may or may not have forgot to record the last 10 minutes. So um as you heard in the introduction, my name is Jaylen Kale. Alongside me, as always,
Theo.
how you been this week, kid? Oh, just working. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, so we've been working on Spiff Diff and Kush, right? So with Spiff Diff and Kush, have you been working any more on the shorts that we were talking about, or are you just you think you're gonna go more with the flow on those?
Improv on those more likely, but I have some ideas for them. But
You have a general direction they want to go, but
yeah,
gotcha. More of the lines will just be you know, make them up as you go, but have it
probably
be
won't
relevant.
be any like dialogue for them.
Oh, you said no dialogue?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it'll probably just be actions. Like-
Okay. So yeah, I was thinking of something completely different, but that could be interesting as well. I know we talked a little bit about the one that for Kush, but I didn't I didn't know what you wanted to do for the other two. It should be interesting. Should be interesting to see how all the actors get together.
Yeah.
We got them all figured out. Keeping it a secret, and you gonna keep it a secret all the way until the shorts come out.
Might as well.
Just have like an introducing whoopsh, spiff. Have one of those kind of videos. Or be like a WWE entrance.
Well, I don't even think that I'm gonna even with the shorts. I don't think I'm gonna be putting the characters' names in it.
Not even in the title or nothing.
For the shorts?
Yeah.
No. So it's just gonna be them doing their whatever, and then when the film comes out, you put two and two together to figure out who's who.
Okay. That could be interesting. See, I thought it was more like like it would just be titled like Kush Introduction or something. But what would you even title it then? Or have you not even thought that far?
I probably wouldn't title it anything. Just the video.
We got to title it something on YouTube, like the name of the video.
It'll just be question marks.
I feel like it could be interesting, but it also could be a little confusing. Be like question mark, question mark, question mark, part two.
I just feel like it will keep people's attention for longer on what I'm doing than if I just like go, oh, here's Biff, here's Diff, here's Kush.
I understand what you're saying, but I feel like also like it would be
I feel if like people don't really know, they'll be like, okay, let me watch the actual short, and then they'll watch the short and be like, mm, you know.
So are the shorts gonna have like any correlation into the story of the movie, or is it just kind of like a intro to the bro to each of the characters? You know.
I mean, they might have a connect, like a little bit of a connection, but I'm not planning on it being a part of the film.
Interesting, because I was thinking for I'm not gonna give anything away, but for Diff's character, he's kind of like one of the characters you have a lot of questions about.
Yeah.
I feel like putting something in the short for Diff that correlates into the story. Like, if you watch the short, then this one part of the story, you're like, oh fuck, it all makes sense now, you know, type shit. Or you want to keep it more like just like a day in the life kind of vibe.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from with that. I kind of want to do that also, but I don't know how we would do that. Would be the issue.
Right. I feel like there's a couple opportunities throughout the story where it would make sense, like not necessarily Diff like doing something, but like there's something in the background, or you know, like I don't know. It would definitely be something you have to sit down
Like,
and like workshop, but
you talking about like what some like major budget directors do, like when they put like oranges behind the person that's gonna die,
yeah,
or in the
like
same shot as somebody that's gonna
yeah,
die, or
something like
whatever.
that. Something that like correlates between the two videos, you know,
Yeah.
like something in the short happens and then the same kind of thing happens. I don't know. It could be interesting.
Excuse me.
Could be interesting to play around with. But anyways, so we've been working on my music video that I plan to put out eventually.
Yeah.
We finally got another shot for it, so you know, haven't even finished writing the album, but you got to get what get what you can. So hopefully the album will come out around October, November, but we'll see, I suppose. This year's been weird, man. I haven't had like no fucking will to sit down and write music until like the past 2 weeks. And it's like all I want to do now. But gotta work.
Same with me and filmmaking.
Yeah, I feel like especially like a lot of creatives I feel like have just moments or like periods of their life where they're just like, I feel like I've said all I can with my stuff. Like even though you don't have a lot put out yet, you have a lot of shit like written down, like different stories and topics on stories and shit. You know,
I feel like it's not even that. It's more of having the time to do it. Is what's harder for me.
to like sit down and write or like actually film something.
A little bit of both, because it takes a while to write out a whole script, and then filming it, making sure I have everything, and being prepared and stuff. Takes a long ass time, especially when you're working a full time job and only have 2 days off. And
Right, and you're in the middle of Indiana with like 5 actors you can use,
yeah,
people that even want to be in the film. Sorry if I sound like shit. I'm a little under the weather. This winter has been kicking my ass.
people that half the time like don't even like, not that they don't want to, but they don't want to.
Yeah, I don't blame you. A lot of people won't put in the time and effort for something that's not paying.
Yeah.
If it's not really something that they're adamant about doing. But you find the real ones every now and again. I feel like I almost said his name. I feel like Diff, the actor for Diff, I feel like he'll be super down to play shit in the future.
Yeah. I was gonna ask him if he would want to, but I didn't yet. I was gonna send him a message, but
I feel like the whole D&D group Danner might be down. That could be that could be an interesting movie. We just do a D&D movie. That'd be fucking
Evan.
cool as shit.
They already made that.
Well, but like a D&D theme movie.
A D&D short.
Type shit,
Get like I'll like build out like a whole fucking place and like get like those micro lenses and just
like a whole miniature set.
Yeah, and then just like zoom in on it and like have a little smoke
That'd be
green
fried as
behind
fuck.
it and everything.
We'd be sitting there trying to roll a fucking 20 to get like the shot of it where 19, fucking
One.
God. Right. Just sitting there for half an hour trying to roll a 20. I'm sure that shit takes forever, like if you're actually trying to get it.
Yeah.
The guys are like, no, not today, bud. Not going to happen. That's fried, though. That could be really interesting because, like, Michael was into theater and Evan was in, like, tech theater and stuff, I think.
Fucking
But
imagine Evan.
that'd be hilarious as fuck, honestly. If you ever decide to write another comedy, that'd be fucking comedy gold right there.
Like, it's not hard to do the stuff that I want to do. It's just finding time with a full-time job.
Yeah, you really got to find a cohesive work-life balance.
Where my freaking schedule is all sorts of fucked.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing to you, bro. That shit's fucked up. Man's had such a bad shift yesterday. He fucking texted me, said, send me pictures of the cat. I need dopamine. I said, I'll have Sam send you some. Sam be taking hella pictures of the cat. Oh, he's not in the shot. Will you leave the cat alone? Do what?
He's a cat.
I'm aware. Good Lord. All right, so what you want to talk about first, the album or the film of the week, T?
You choose this time.
Oh, Lord.
I've chosen the past 46 episodes, so.
There you go, bud.
You
got
to
it
choose.
Right. All right, so the album of the week is called Yours Dreamily by the Arcs. So, have you ever heard of the Arcs before, T?
Nope.
You ever heard of the Black Keys before?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guitarist for the Black Keys, his name's Dan Auerbach, right?
Yeah.
And I can't remember if the drummer had gotten injured or what had happened, but Dan Auerbach went off to make his first solo album and ended up just jamming with this group of guys in the studio for so long and making so many songs that they decided to form a new group with drummer, what's his nuts? Oh Lord, it's gonna annoy the hell out of me. Something Swift.
Taylor Swift?
Not Taylor Swift. It was a guy. Oh Jesus, Richard Swift maybe? I think so. Richard Swift. So he was a drummer for the band and a percussionist, and he did a bunch of stuff, played all sorts of instruments. But anyways, they formed this band in I don't know, like 2014 maybe, something like that. I don't remember. A while ago, anyways. And they formed the Arcs. So this was supposed to be Dan Auerbach's first solo project, as I said, but it's really interesting to watch the Arcs too, because they have two full kits, like two full drum kits. They have two separate drummers on some of the tracks, which is really interesting. You never really see two big ass drum kits on stage. But the music of the album is more. You can tell it's more. It's heavily influenced by the Black Keys. With Dan Auerbach being the lead guitarist. It's kind of like you got Black Keys, and then the arcs are like Black Keys light. You know, super kind of
What if they were in the same concert?
just had a Patrick, what's his nut, the drummer from Black Keys, come and perform on one of the drum sets.
They just have arc opening for Black Keys.
Dan Auerbach would be so tired at the end of that show. Bands would be singing for 3 hours. But sadly, Richard Swift passed away. Like after the first album came out, and they came out with a second album. I forget what it's called, electronic something or another. But it was like a tribute to Richard Swift. Really fucking dope album as well. But
What's up with all these musicians dying?
when you live a life of fucking fame and excess, something's bound to get you. I feel like motherfuckers got indulgent personalities. I can't blame them honestly, but it is fucking sad as shit that somebody puts out this fucking amazing album and then a year later they're dead. Shit's fucking tragic, man. And a lot of times I feel like that, like artists that pass away, they don't really get the recognition that they should have until they pass away, which is kind of like a little bittersweet, but
It's a
not
lot
much
of
you can really
artist
do.
life.
Do what?
That's a lot of artists' life.
They don't really get the recognition until they're gone.
Fucking breaking your back for everybody else, and then once you're gone, or breaking your back for everybody else, not getting the recognition, but once you pass away, you start getting the recognition.
I feel like that's a lot of like painters and shit like that, like sculptors.
Speak,
Motherfucking
speak,
painted the Mona Lisa, and then he was like, it's just some bitch.
because of there's supply and demand. There's no more supply, and so the demand is high.
I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of art out there nowadays.
But when you die as an artist,
Oh, like
your art
the
doesn't
rarity
get
of
created.
it. Got you. Like on a personal level, not as like a whole thing. Got you. Excuse me. But
I don't think people realize how depressing art is.
it can be. In many ways, it can be.
Or how depressing an artist's life is. Not how depressing art is. Because art can be
I know
happy
what you
as
meant,
fuck.
but yeah.
Like, there's so many artists out in the world right now that are working jobs that they don't want to.
You're right there.
Yeah. Not getting the recognition that they want to, and then living a life of misery, sadness. Then they die, and they become popular.
I would have to say it's definitely a game you got to fucking figure out how to play. And as we've been talking about, like especially in physical like a kind of art, I feel like whenever somebody passes away, like the recognition that they should have got when they were alive that could have like benefited them. But anyways, back to the arcs. Do you listen to the album?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So I'm gonna have a TT send me a top 3 of the album, so I know I listened to it. So, what are your top 3 songs off of the album?
Put a flower in your pocket, pistol made of bones, and stay in my corner.
Fire. Fire. I'll give you a little taste of flour in my pocket. Hey, hey, hey. All right, that's enough. YouTube's gonna flag my shit.
They
But
haven't already.
yeah, YouTube, if you're watching, and I know that you are, calm down, okay? Let me play 5 seconds of a song, all right? But why am I fucking tired, bro? It's been a long day.
It's fucking 7 in the afternoon and I'm tired.
You want some of this monster?
No.
That might be it. Might be coming down off the monster you had earlier.
I think that happened a while ago.
That was me, like, right when I was about to go smoke at work, and then the fucking health dude came in. I was coming down off that monster, and I was like, I need to sit down for 5 minutes. And then bro walked in, and I was like, I might kill everybody. But either way, that's enough about work. So the arcs. Would you say that the arcs would be somebody that you'd listen to, or is it a little too poppy for you? I wouldn't really say it's poppy, but
Depends. What depends on the song. 'Cause I feel like some of their songs I like, but some of them are like meh.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel about the album. There's a lot of really good songs on the album, but will you stop tormenting the cat? Good lord. There's a lot of really good songs on the album, but there are definitely a couple of songs where I'm like, it's just kind of monotonous, you know? Like it's not necessarily bad, but it's a little boring.
Is he having fun?
Do what?
Is the cat having fun?
Yeah, he's chilling. A little bit of a reach for the microphone. Microphone. What the fuck? I can't talk. Why do we have a podcast?
I don't know.
I can't fucking talk.
Because you wanted to make it.
You wanted to make it. Don't fucking come at me.
What do you mean?
You said we should start a podcast. I said, bet. Let's do it.
I may have said that once.
That's all it takes, boo. That is all it takes.
He's so warm.
All the time. I wish he was cuddly so bad, but he's not. He'll let you pet him, but I wish I just fucking hold him like that. Watch out. Hey, I got you. I got you this week. All right. So, onward and upward. Let's talk about the film of the week. Tell everybody a little bit about the film of the week, T.
The Pale Blue Eye. I think it is.
Pale Blue Eye.
Okay, The Pale Blue Eye. It's a story about, I don't know if Edgar Allan Poe wrote a poem based on this, but it has to do with Edgar Allan Poe and when he was in the military.
Which was interesting to me because I didn't know bro was in the military.
Yeah, he was in the military. I think he got like kicked out or something after a year or two.
It's a possibility.
But so the story is that the military school that is teaching Edgar Allan Poe, one of their students got killed themselves.
Was found in the woods or whatever.
Yeah, was found hanging.
Weren't they? Yeah, hanging. They were found hanging.
Woods. And so they go and hire this guy who is trying to figure out what happened. He's like a detective. And Edgar Allan Poe's like helping him figure out what's going on. And Edgar's like, it's a poet because the kid that they found who died, when his body was taken to the morgue and left for the night, somebody went in and cut open his chest and took out his heart.
Goddamn.
And so Edgar Allan Poe thinks that it's a poet because poets usually find meaning in like organs, but like the heart means something in poetry, and like the brain and eyes and stuff.
Right.
And so he thinks it's a poet, and the detective is asking, like, he finds a letter in the dead guy's hand while looking over his body in the morgue after they hire him. And he asks Edgar Allan Poe to help him figure out what the writing was meant, because it was like a little sliver of a piece of
Right.
paper.
It's like a little
Yeah.
ripped off piece of the paper.
Yeah. And so they do this whole like investigation, and Edgar Allan Poe figures out what was written on the piece of paper, and they also figure out that some of the cadets that were at the school may have been suspects, and so they do this whole investigation over it.
All right, so spoiler alert.
I don't really remember the ending. That's the problem.
Damn. All right, so spoiler alert. I did not finish the movie. But what
I know
I
it's
saw,
like somebody that's like high in the command. Their son is somehow involved in it.
right, so I got to the part where the second body was found hanging in the woods, and his chest had already been cut open, and they were like, well, these cut marks look different than the first one, so we're thinking this is a different person. And they start suspecting Poe of being the murderer. And then bro went to talk to him, and he was like, do you know anything about this? And he was like, I didn't do nothing, dog. That's where I got in the movie, but that was just because I didn't have time to watch it today. Do you know who the killer was at the end, or like any of the resolution of the story?
If I remember correctly, the only thing I remember is that like it was somebody that was, I think it was somebody in high command's son that had to do with the murders, and like Edgar's like obsessed with his sister or something like that.
Interesting. He
That's
was
all I
trying to
can
like
remember.
frame him or something.
Yeah, he was just trying to. He was trying to. Here, let's. If I can open the fucking phone.
Get the old IMDb, see the resolution.
Hail
It's Friday as
Blue.
fuck. We have a fucking podcast about movies and music, and we're looking up the goddamn synopsis of the movie. Actually, you know what? I don't want to know the end of the movie. Ending of the movie. Good lord, I really can't talk today. But back to Edgar Allan Poe being in the military. Do you know? I don't remember if we said this or not, but do you know why he got out?
He was released because he was like he was a drunkard or some shit like that. I think that's
Interesting.
why. But again, when I looked it up, it was right after watching this the first time.
Fair enough. So I've noticed you pick a lot of historical kind of movies, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that's one of your favorite genres or no?
Uh, prop wise, yes.
What about like effects that they use in historical movies, like like war movies or shit like that?
What did you mean by effects?
Like somebody fucking gets shot by a cannonball. They didn't actually shoot bro with a cannonball. Or like Sam's been watching Game of Thrones recently, And there's this one scene where the chick came up and like fucking cut her throat, and they out the fucking just fucking leaking.
Um, I mean, just like any other effects in an action film.
Fair enough, I suppose.
What interests me is just the time period props that they get, and like how they make everything look older than it is.
Right, that's what I've always found so interesting about like movies made about historical shit. Like
I'm a props guy.
they couldn't go back in time and like film this in an actual, you know, on location, but they make the scene look like it's, from back in the day or what you would think about back in the day.
Yeah.
Or like movies where they have like a bunch of old timey cars and shit, or like a '50s diner kind of vibe.
Yeah.
It's always interesting how they use perspective and shit. Like
I've always been a props guy though. I've always liked tinkering with things and trying to make things look like they're not made of certain things, but they are.
interesting.
I
I've
mean,
never really
You grew up with me.
right. Yeah, man's make a fully functioning fucking 911 just
Out of duct tape.
yeah, out of duct tape and fucking cardboard. I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck? How's it got the slide on it, bro? What the fuck did you do? It's got recoil. That motherfucker. Picking slid back. I said, what the fuck? Okay, that might be something you should look into. It's like,
Prop making.
yeah, I don't really know how you would get into that, but or if there's like
I mean, I would love to work for like fucking
a company that you could go to like,
Adam Savage, bro. That should be so fun.
how do they even find prop makers? I'm sure there's like a whole organization or something that you join or something. I don't know. It could be interesting to look into.
Well, he has like his own little group. It's called Tested, and I don't live out in California, so I can't join them.
Start you a little TikTok page or something where you're, film yourself making props and shit, A, exposure to the shit that you like, and B, practice editing. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Catch it soon. Glass house construction. I don't know what the fuck you would call it.
I like to do a lot of things, Jaylen.
Yeah. That I must say, you're talking to the right person. Like fucking I got 8 projects right now, ain't none of them even halfway done.
I like making props. I like making films. I like directing.
Bring your mic a little
Painting.
closer. Or speak up a little bit. You're quiet in the microphone.
I like making props. I like directing. I like painting. I like
So if you only had to choose one,
sculpting.
would you rather be a writer or a director?
I could only choose one.
Yeah. Do you enjoy
Jesus.
writing the story more, or do you enjoy like action? Oh, cut. Come here. You gotta do it like this, not like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you like sitting down and be like, and he came across the lake. It was frigid that day, so he was shivering.
Well, the problem is I like things made the way I wanted them made.
I understand
So
that 100%.
if I'm a writer, I can't control the directing, and if I'm a director, I can't control the writing. So
That's the question. Which one do you feel like you'd be more comfortable giving up control of? Hence the original question. Do you like writing or directing more?
they're just. I mean, writing you get more control over the story, but with directing you get more control of what is seen on screen. I have to probably go with writing, maybe.
Okay. Interesting. See, I feel like I'd be the opposite way. I feel like,
I mean, I
not
don't like writing,
right.
but
I'm
I
not
like
saying that
writing.
like you prefer one over the other. Like, you obviously enjoy doing both of them. I was just curious,
Like I
but
can't spell to save my life.
oh, I'm well aware. I can't tell you how many times I've been reading the script and I'm like, what the fuck is author? I'm like, oh, he meant other. Okay. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay.
Opther.
Yeah, just just like the most random shit, or they'll be like, just grammatically, it's a struggle sometimes. But
Yeah, I'm not good with grammar.
man had an 18 line sentence. I said, put a period, dog. I couldn't breathe.
Just in a row.
The man went to the house and he was nice. He came upon the other person that was there, and they went into the house and it was crazy. I'm like, fuck, let me breathe, goddamn. But
No
yeah,
breathing for you.
it's just something you learn along the process. I feel like, especially writing, like some of the sequences in Spivtiv and Kush. I feel like you can do a lot to control the pacing of it within how you write it. Like if you use shorter sentences, like next to each other, like it was hot. He went inside the room. It feels, like there's more anticipation with the shorter kind of sentences in there. Yeah, reading it, but directing, you could just put that all into one little thing and then get on with your life.
I mean, I've been thinking about starting on my. This is probably gonna annoy you and Kyle. I don't even know if I want to say it.
Go ahead. You already got this far. Say it.
I was thinking about starting on like my first feature film.
It's fucking. No, I'm playing.
Like
But
just starting it, not like actually like finishing it and like not writing it within like 2 weeks. I'm talking about just like
right,
starting on the idea of what it is.
right. You just got to find you a premise that you could actually bring to fruition.
Yeah.
What about a Necronomicon?
I don't know about that one. That's a lot.
Yeah, that'd be a hefty price tag. But either way, I feel like it couldn't really hurt anybody to go ahead and start, coming up with shit that you would actually want to write an entire feature about.
I feel like Necronomicon is a lot of work because I have to like it's written as a short. So if I made it as a short, it'd be a lot of shit.
Made it as
Like being
feature,
able
you
to
mean?
get like that many actors. But if I write it as a feature, it's the same problem getting that many actors, the location and shit like that.
Right. I was thinking the other day for extras for Spiff and Kush. I'm sure Grace and her boyfriend would be down to be, like in the background with a cup, for the house party scene. Just need to find a couple more. We tell Russell to bring Sophia. I know. No. Actually. And show me. Oh, no. Damn, all right. Who would be an extra on the set? But yeah, it was just a thought. What was we even talking about? Oh yeah, you was writing a feature. Have you come up with any ideas that you think you're willing to get into for a feature?
I was thinking about like a movie about a social media creator.
Interesting.
But I was thinking that was more of a short. I haven't really like thought of anything specifically that would be a feature yet. But I'm just getting prepared. Like I have.
Just had the inkling to to start thinking about it.
Yeah. Like I have the like I got a bunch of the stuff to so with a feature length film it's like 110 pages, 120 it's between like 98 and 125 pages,
Right.
which is a lot of fucking pages.
Indeed.
So, you need some way to fasten those pages together. And
Excuse me.
I got some of those bronze fasteners and some washers that go with it.
Hell yeah.
So like when I'm ready, I can
Bind them hoes together.
Yeah.
Get you about 7 what's some bitches called? Binders. Wow, that's fucking retarded.
I've also been thinking about getting like a thing of 3-hole punched paper.
Fuck it, why not? I think I got a reel of it in the other room over there if you wanted it.
3-hole punched already?
Yeah, it's lined paper.
Oh no, I'm talking about like printer paper.
Oh.
Not lined paper.
Gotcha. Oh, like for the print the scripts on.
Yeah.
I thought you were more talking to writing the scripts. Gotcha.
No.
God damn it.
But
I don't know whatever the hell you had going on, but now I'm fucking tired of this shit. It might be this beer I'm drinking. I ain't had nothing to eat since fucking 11 o'clock.
But yeah, that's like I've just been thinking about getting a printer paper that is 3-hole punched or that's pre-hole punched already. What would you call that? Paper that's 3-hole punched, but it's pre-hole punched.
Pre-hole punch paper.
But then that could mean so many different things. A pre-hole punched paper could mean one punched hole in the paper.
Who the fuck is punching one hole in the paper?
Motherfucking weird people.
We have said too many P words in the past 10 minutes, okay? Who the fuck pre-punches the paper in a pre-punch hole?
But like, I've just been trying to look up stuff like that. And
just go to fucking...
It always confuses me just like how to say that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Pre-hole punched paper. Pre-3-hole punched paper. Pre-3-hole punched.
Just go to
printer
fucking...
paper.
Just go to, what's it called? Office Max or whatever.
They have some at Staples.
Yeah, Staples. There you go.
But, yeah. I've just been looking into that stuff.
Alright, you gotta stop yawning.
I'm sorry.
Fuck
the cat, he's making us both tired.
I'm about to say, bro was over here snoozing. I'm gonna fuck around and take a nap.
Let's just cuddle up with him and take a nap. But yeah. It's just I've been thinking a lot about life.
I try not to. Just let it happen. Let it happen. Little Tame Impala reference for you. Alright, so seeing as we're about tired or so, we're gonna hop into TT's Talks, and then we are gonna let y'all get about your day, night, what time it is for you. I'm sorry if the audio sounds a little goofy, but we got to do what we got to do.
Hey, Emmanuel, do not do it.
Yeah.
Emmanuel, don't do it.
Hey,
Emmanuel,
gang, what's packing with your...
don't do it.
Ah, Shelly,
I'm
man.
trying to educate people right now, okay?
Man, you drawing. You want the fuck out here. Hey, man, fuck what the smother they're talking about. Yo, you already know what it is. Big E, your favorite E on the block. What's up, man?
Don't.
Oh, man, you always on the bitch back,
I
man.
want
Back
this
the fuck
overall
out,
so
Shelly.
bad.
God,
Gosh, it's never ending.
Uh.
Animals like the deer don't really care for it. They're usually up in the barn.
Nah, this shit is dead. This shit is dead. I'm telling you. On Murder, listen. This shit is dead, yo. I got 12 followers and you blogging this creature? What?
You got 12 followers.
You stop.
Dead as fuck.
On our outdoor kitchen project, let's ask Juan Carlos how much longer he thinks until we wrap up the project. What are you thinking, Juan Carlos?
El problema es de que estoy solo, no tengo herramientas, a lo mejor una semana más, 2 semanas más.
Clemente.
Estoy solo, no tengo ayuda. Ese es el problema.
He said it should be finished today.
He did not say it was supposed to be finished today. Oh, that's fried. He said there's one problem. I'm here by myself. I ain't got no friends.
I feel like that's what Clemente would say.
What did I say?
You just talk to him and he'd just say that.
He said, I'm back here cutting these tomatoes, dog. It's going to be about 45 minutes before I can get over there. You going to cut the tomatoes? Oh, that's what I thought.
Why do I
A
feel
little
like
less
Clemente-
conversation. I just think it's
Do what?
Why do I feel like Clemente just don't give a fuck?
Oh God. That nigga just don't. He just drop bird, cut tomatoes.
That's all he does.
That nigga balls out. This next clip is me as fuck.
And me.
a little less conversation.
I just think it's funny how you can say that when you don't have a mother.
I be winning the fuck out of arguments. I come home. Yeah, that's what I thought, stupid ass bitch. Come up on me next time. See what happens. The real conversation. Yeah, that's fine. All around me are familiar.
That's me though.
Where did I put that fucking thing? Simply reminiscent of a time would be.
This.
I be spitting the illest freestyles when I'm home by myself.
You'd be like, damn, I could put that in a song.
Damn near.
And then you try and put it in a song, you're like, no, it didn't work.
I don't understand football.
Here you go, Kyle.
completely. I thought the goal was a touchdown. Goal is a first down. If you get enough first downs, you'll get a touchdown. Too many people live touchdown driven. And if you live touchdown driven, you'll throw Hail Marys and you'll do silly stuff. I found fulfillment in just getting first downs.
In first down,
And I
baby.
know that a touchdown is possible. I believe that that's the future. But if my eyes are just completely on that, that is where discontentment comes from.
That's so
There's
good.
so many disappointed believers and non-believers. If those metrics or if those goals are just so consuming, it has to be 100,000 for it to matter. Or you could just run the play. Give me this day my daily bread.
Because when it is only touchdowns, everything else is a failure.
If you believe that as a quarterback, then your linemen will always feel like they're feeling you. As a leader, you have to know that we just did good.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
if not, then those around you who are called to help you and accompany you will always feel like we're short.
Facts.
Period, poo.
That guy needs to go to speech class though.
Okay. I was about to say some heartfelt shit there. You just go dog on this man's lisp. All right.
I mean,
All right, onward and upward. I felt this shit too. I can't tell you how many songs I've fucking mixed and, all right, I'll send it to myself, put it in the car, and I'm like, it's just like, it's like, I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of drugs was I fucking smoking last night?
This is your captain speaking. What do we? We want to welcome you
What
on
do
board
we?
the Flight 100
Listen,
service
please
from
tell me
Denver,
this guy isn't
Colorado
flying a
to
plane.
Indianapolis. We're looking at about an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute flight. Seriously, some slight turbulence once we get up there, literally. Also, feel free to enjoy some of the entertainment we got on the back of the seatback pocket. They literally got the Flash on there, so literally, seriously, they got the Flash, the movie on there.
I'm
Bruh.
sorry, but
I wouldn't doubt the amount of
what do we?
I wouldn't doubt the amount of tomfuckery that goes on like between flight captains and shit. They got to make that announcement. 7 times a day.
They're like, thank you for choosing to fly with us. It's widowy a bit.
Thank you for flying Delta. This is literally gonna be one of the best experiences of your life. We have peanuts and water coming in 10 minutes. Thank you. That's me. I'm gonna be positive at work today. 2 minutes and 35 seconds into my shift.
This is Whittling Me.
That original video is fucking classic.
It's Whittling Me.
The last melon.
I
This
sent
one's for
this
you
to
too,
you.
Kyle. Santino Morella is honestly underrated.
Kyle sent me a video today.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It's fucking.
He sent me one the other day where it was Santino in the middle with the snake and the Great Khali on one side and then Jinder Mahal on the other side.
Why does it sound
playing
like
the
you're
flutes.
talking with that guy's lisp again?
Whittly,
You're like, Whittly is the Great Khali.
It was the Great Khali and Jinder Mahal, but they had flutes on one or the other side, and they were snake charming. He sent that to you?
Yeah.
We had it on the podcast a couple weeks ago.
He sent it to me. Fucking Kyle.
Fucking guy. Anyways, I want to say thank you one more time for watching the Two Tone Podcast. Linktree.com/JAK Productions. That'll take you to all my hoo-ha. Linktree.com/GlassHouseFilms8 will take you to TT's hoo-ha. And
Whittly.
And Whittly, that's all I have for you. So, drive fast, smoke grass, eat an ass. Be safe. Damn, I hope the song's going. I don't have the thing set up to where I can hear. Oh, there we go. Will you stop fucking assaulting the cat? Hit subscribing. Hit subscribing. Hit subscribe or your grandma gonna die. Hit subscribing. Hit that button, please. Thank you. Have a good day.